So Barry, we talked a lot about, you mentioned there's a lot of things that can go wrong if you don't do estate planning. So first, can you kind of tell everyone what would happen to their assets if they were to, not just their assets in terms of other things, things with children and things like that. What would happen if someone were to pass away without having done the proper estate plan?
All right, so I want to break that up into, I think, number 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. All of them really kind of touch on this actually, in
I
different
know it's a
ways.
broad one, as a broad question to start with, but I think without people understanding what probate is, and sorry if I stole your thunder there, but they don't understand what that process looks like. I think it's a good starting point to break out into the smaller questions.
Well, let's back up. Let's zoom out just for a moment before you get granular on the probate. Just suffice it to just put in your mind, uh, a family with a business or not with a business, work their whole life to accumulate assets. They're reasonably happy. They have a family, and then at some point, the inevitable happens, and they pass away, or they become incapacitated, which is not inevitable. Sometimes it happens. Um, that triggers a sequence of events that you either can control, or the government, the state, will control for you. Those decisions are out of your hands or they're in your hands, and you decide based on what you do now during life while you can do it. Um, just imagine what you want to have happen if you ever really sat down and talked about it. If Chad and I sat down and talked about our life and what we think for the future and our kids and our schools and the family, and God forbid something happened, what would we do? What would we think about? You would have probably a certain viewpoint, one way or another. Yeah, you might say, I don't give a shit. That's possible. People do say that.
Yep,
But
commonly on my side as well.
people say, I don't care, I'll be dead. But they don't understand that really these things don't affect you. You're dead or you're incapacitated. They affect the people who are surviving you, and just the trail of destruction that you leave them if you're just unaware of some of the problems that you're setting them up for, I think is not appreciated. And I think that it's a genuine gesture of responsibility, and love and forethought to leave someone, less of that type of problem with some planning, so that they can transition and just really focus on grieving and not cleaning up a mess, and making sure things go the way you want. Because sometimes when things go the way you don't want, it's very sad. It's very disheartening to see that.
Haimo, Haimo